from Tom Cruise's special room where he's going for a rest very soon. This is Kurt Berglund with season ticket baseball demo action. That's right. Season ticket baseball. If you've been paying attention on Facebook and following my good friend Clay Dresslock on Facebook with the updates and tweaks around the margins, we'll say, that are happening to season ticket baseball, I thought it would be time for a new demo and show you what the cards look like and get a game in while we're at it. The game today will be between the 1986 California Angels and the 1986 Boston Red Sox, one of my favorite American League Championship series, a good one, and worth your time to check out on YouTube, but not right now. At Fenway Park, the opposing pitchers will be Don Sutton for the California Angels against Tom Seaver for the Boston Red Sox. Let's go to the lineups and see what the cards are looking like. For the visiting California Angels, leading off in right field, it's Rupert Jones. Batting second at second base, Bobby Grich. Batting third in left field, Brian Downing. Batting fourth at first base, Wally Joyner. Batting fifth at third base, Doug DeCinces. Batting sixth and the DH today, Reggie Jackson. Batting seventh at shortstop, Dick Schofield. Batting eighth, doing the catching, it's Bob Boone. And batting ninth in center field, it's Gary Pettis. The pitcher for the Angels today is Don Sutton. Don was 15-11 in 1986 with a 3.74 earned run average. Alrighty, for the homestanding 1986 Boston Red Sox, leading off at third base, it's Wade Boggs. Batting second at second base, Marty Barrett. Batting third at first base, Bill Buckner. Batting fourth in left field, Jim Rice. Batting fifth in right field, Dwight Evans. Batting sixth and the DH, Don Baylor. Batting seventh and doing the catching, it's Rich Gedman. Batting eighth in center field, Dave Henderson. And batting ninth and playing shortstop, it's Spike Owen. And doing the pitching for the Red Sox, Tom Seaver, who for Boston in 1986 in 16 starts was 5-7 with a 3.80 earned run average. And there are his stats at the bottom of the card. All right, let's get this party started. The season ticket baseball system is built on 1d6 and 2d10s. And so what you get is this is the number for the hundreds place. And these two, the red is for the 10 and the white is for the ones. So if you look at the cards, what you see is, in this case on Seaver's card, the results of 100 through 299 are on the pitcher's card. In the batter's card, in this case Rupert Jones, the results of 300 through 499 are on the batter's card. Results in the 500s are defensive checks. And then results in the 600s are for ballpark. And every ballpark has its own particular unique elements for things like weather, pitcher fatigue, gives you the dimensions, and then the effect of the dimensions on gameplay. All right, and we're going to run across these as we progress in the game. But there's one of these ballpark charts for every ballpark in the major leagues in that particular season. This one is 1986. So let's get started and see how it works. This is 666. So we are looking, we know right off the bat, at the ballpark chart. 666, here is a wild pitch, so we will re-roll. This is 513. So this is a error check. We know that it's the pitcher's error check because the 1 is his defensive number on scoring. So 513, the 5 tells us it's a defense check. The 1 tells us it's Seaver's card, and the 3 tells us what number it is. So we look here in his defensive chart in the upper right corner of the card, and we see a 513, a 1-3 putout, and Jones is retired 1-3. And we are underway with season ticket baseball. Now it's Bobby Grich. All right, this is a 469, so it's on the batter's card. 469 against a right-handed pitcher is a fly out to right field with a chance for that runner on third to score if there was one, but there's not, so Grich just flies out to right. Release the hounds! Release the hounds! Okay, Brian Downing, the pitch to him is a 623, and a 623 takes us back to the ballpark chart. And that is a grounder to Buckner, who is going to flip to Seaver covering. And that retires the Angels in the first in 1-2-3 fashion. We go to the bottom of the first at Fenway, and it is no score. So now we have Don Sutton coming out, and he will face Boggs, Barrett, and Buckner in the first. 103. Okay, now we have our first sort of conversion here. So we change it in this zone to a 3 and then the last 2 digits, 03, which moves it to the pitcher's card. To the batter's card. And a 303 on the batter's card for Boggs is a strikeout. So Sutton gets him on one of those big breaking curveballs that he used to throw. Barrett at the plate against Sutton. 254 is on the pitcher's card. 254 is versus a right-hander is deep to left field. All right, now we got to check and see where we're at here. All right, we got to do weather because I forgot to do that. So let's say we're in September. We're going to roll, and we're going to do a day game. We're going to do a September day game, and it's a 19. All right, so the 19 makes it 87 degrees. All right, so what's the effect of that? Oh, and we're adding 5 to the weather roll, so we're actually 93 degrees in Fenway. So if it's over 85 degrees, it's +1 to the deep drive. All right, so we have a deep drive here to left field for Barrett, and we're going to roll first we have to check Barrett's power number, which is a 2, and we're going to roll 2 D10s. So we start with a 2. It's deep to left field. 2 D10s, 84. Oh no, I'm sorry. 2 D10s make this a 14. 2 plus 8 plus 4 is a 14. And that is a fly out to left field. Again, with a chance for the runner to score from third. So let's do that again. We have Barrett with a 2 for power, plus 8 is 10, plus 4 is 14, makes our roll of 14, and it's an F7. So that's Brian Downing, and that's 2 outs in the Red Sox first. And here comes Bill Buckner with 2 outs and nobody on. 431 is on the batter's card. 431 versus a right-handed pitcher, which is what Sutcliffe is a 4-6-3 double play, but since there's nobody on, it's just a 4-3 ground out. And we are through 1 inning of season ticket baseball, just like that. All right, we go to the second. Seaver back out. It'll be Wally Joyner, Doug DeCinces, and Reggie Jackson for the Angels in the top of the second. .445 is on the batter's card. That is against a righty. Is a single. Base hit, right field for Joyner. He's on with nobody out, and now it's DeCinces. Doug is a 4 bunter, and we'll show you how bunts work in season ticket baseball by having Doug lay one down. All right, so we go with the D6 and the blue die plus the bunt rating. His bunt rating is a 4. This is our bunt chart, and we have a 12, so it's up to a 16. Sack bunt, 5-3. Boggs comes in, fires to Buckner for the out, and DeCinces moves up Joyner to second base, and there's one out. Now it's Reggie at the plate with nobody out, or with one out, sorry. And I want to show you another element of season ticket baseball that's unique, and that is your ability to pitch around a batter and what happens in that case. All right. If there is a pitcher at the plate that you wish to pitch around, this becomes your chart. These become your adjustments. So anything on the 600 level, which would be normally a ballpark result off of this chart, becomes a base on balls. Any bloop single becomes a walk. Any bloop double becomes a walk. And if it's a deep drive, you subtract 3 from the power. So you notice here what happens is if you choose in season ticket baseball to pitch around the batter, you can do that. You greatly increase your chances for a walk. You do reduce power. Everything else stays the same. So let's see what happens. Let's say that with first base open, they're going to try and pitch around Reggie. The pitch is a 649. So what we said was anything in the 600 range becomes a walk, and that's exactly what we got. And so Reggie Jackson walks with first base open, and now it'll be Dick Schofield, the shortstop for the Angels. That's kind of a unique element to the game, and I wanted to show that to you as well. All right, Schofield against Seaver. A 466 against the right-handed Seaver is hit deep, and that is going to be a bases clearing triple for Schofield, and it's 2-0 Angels. All right, so that brings up Bob Boone to the plate with one out. Now we are going to bring the infield in. One of the nice things about Season Ticket is they give you a defensive strategies page, and on the back side they give you the offensive strategies. So we're going to do a defensive strategy with this batter, and that's going to be to bring the infield in. There is a chart of adjustments that happen. Now, we can send the batter on contact. The bases are not loaded, so we're going to send Schofield on contact with one out. And that could affect the outcome. So that's a response that the offensive manager can do anytime there's a runner at third. So we're going to put the contact play on. And Boone is at the plate, and the infield is in. So we'll see how this works. Pitch to Boone is a 535. Which puts us on the defensive check because we're in the 500s. So that's Buckner because the 3 is the first baseman's spot. And so a 35 is a 3U. So that's 3 unassisted. All right, now, what happens on the contact play with Schofield? Well, let's look here. Okay, so what you see when the infield is in, R3 goes on contact, we've declared that. These results change, but none of the results on Buckner's card with the 3U here is one of these results. So that runner is going to remain at third base. Alrighty. Now with 2 outs, it's Pettis. And Schofield's still at third base. 2 runs in for California. The pitch is a 176 that's on the pitcher's card. And that is a wild pitch that will score Schofield from third base. It's 3-0 Angels. As Seaver is having second inning trouble. Pitch to Pettis is a 596. That is a right field because of the 9. It's right field, a 96. So that's Dwight Evans. And that will be a double. A double on Evans's defense. So Pettis is on second. And now the top of the order with Rupert Jones. 2 outs. 339 puts us on the batter's card, and that is a strikeout. 339 falls in this range, and we have a strikeout. So it's a 3-run second inning for the California Angels. And now the Red Sox come up to bat against Sutton. I like the 100 level on the left, the pitcher on the left, and the batter on the right because we go in order numerically 100 to 300 to 500 to 600. Rice at the plate. The pitch is a 625. So we go to our ballpark chart, and that is grounded to Joyner, who flips to Sutton covering, and there's 1 out in the second. Now it's Evans. Sutton's pitch is a 181. That's a walk. Evans is aboard. And here comes the DH, Don Baylor. .185 is another walk for Sutton. 2 on, 1 out. And it's Gedman, the catcher for the Red Sox, most of the time in '86. 226 still on the pitcher's card. 226, a left-handed batter. That's a strikeout for Sutton, so there's 2 outs. And now it's Dave Henderson. 382 is on the batter's card. The 82 puts us here in a 5-4-3 double play, but there's 2 outs. So we'll say that DeCinces goes the short way to Gritch covering second for the fielder's choice that ends the second inning. And we've played 2 innings of season ticket baseball. All right, so now here comes Seaver to face Gritch, Downing, and Joyner in the Angels' 3rd inning. 321 is a strikeout. Bobby Gritch fans to start the 3rd. That's Seaver's 2nd K on the day. Downing comes up. .314 is a strikeout for Brian, Seaver's 3rd of the day. And now Joyner. 399 puts us on the batter's card. Joyner, deep, and gone. That makes it 4-0 Angels. He had 22 on the year in 86. And now it's DeCinces, who bunted in the second. The pitch, 235. Is a fly out to right field against a right-handed batter, and that retires the Angels in the third. But they score another one and add some insurance for a 4-0 lead. Here comes Sutton to face Spike Owen, and then the top of the Red Sox order, Boggs and Barrett. The fatigue system in season ticket baseball is interesting, and we should go over it now because you might be wondering that about Seaver. Seaver's stamina is 6. He can become fatigued starting in the 7th inning, and he adds a level of fatigue for each runner allowed. Even home runs are considered runners. So what'll happen is you add 10 to the die roll in the 600 level when pitchers are fatigued. So the stamina is 6, but fatigue happens starting in the 7th. For every base runner, you add 10 to your roll. So you can see that you get closer and closer to troublesome batter outcomes. The more fatigue, the more base runners the pitchers allow. So that is the fatigue system. It's not based on batters faced. It's based purely on stamina, and then the next inning after his stamina gets him to that point. All right, hope that's clear. Spike Owen leads off against Don Sutton. It's a 447, which puts us on Owen's card against the right-hander, and that is a ground out to shortstop, a 6-4-3 double play, but there's nobody at first, so it's just a 6-3 ground out. Top of the order now with Boggs. 311 puts us here on his card at a 4-3 ground out, so Gritch flips to Joyner for the out. And there's 2 outs. And now Marty Barrett with 2 outs and nobody on. 302 puts us on the batter's card, and that's another strikeout for Sutton, his third on the day. So we've played 3, and it's 4-0 Angels. Seaver back out there facing Reggie Jackson now. It's a 580, which puts us at the center fielder's defense check. That's Dave Henderson for Boston. And a 580 is a F8. That's a fly out to center for Reggie to lead off the 4th inning. Now it'll be Schofield. Dick tripled in a couple of runs back in the 2nd inning. 4-0 Angels right now. It's 135, which is on the pitcher's card. We convert this again to a 335. That moves us to a 6-3 ground out. So Spike Owen collects it and fires to Buckner for the 2nd out of the 4th inning. And now it's Boone. 630 for Boone puts us on the ballpark chart. 630 is right here. It's a 4-6 ground out. And so what that does, fielder's choice 4-6 turns into a 4-3 ground out, and that retires the Angels in the 4th inning. So now we go to the bottom of the 4th. Sutton's pitching a gem. He has allowed no hits through 3 innings. Buckner, Rice, and Evans are due up for Boston. Sutton's pitch is a 304. That is a ground out to 2nd for Buckner as Gritch throws to Joyner for 1 out. Now it's Rice. 566, so it's a 6, so that tells us it's the shortstop's defensive check. That's Schofield. He was a good one. $66, it gets by him for a single. Now, there are symbols for the hits, and this kind of runs down for you what those mean. That was a single plus, which means it's an outfield single. Runners on second and third score. The runner on first goes to second. This is a quick start guide for season ticket baseball. This sheet really contains just about everything you need to get going right out of the box. When you print this off, or I suppose later when Clay puts it up for sale, baseballmogul.com is where you can download all this stuff and try the game out for yourself. Right now it's in sort of beta mode. All right, so Sutton allows his first hit to Rice off the glove of Schofield, and now it's Evans with one out. 652 puts us back on the ballpark chart. 652 is a line out to second with an R2 exclamation mark. Okay, so let's look at that. This is a 652 outcome, so that's L4, line out to second, R2 exclamation mark. And what the R2 exclamation mark tells us is that the runner on second, if there is one, is doubled up. Well, there's not one in this case, but he would be doubled up. These are runner events after the slash, and this is your chart for that. Again, everything's on this quick start guide. It's one page. Print that off, and you're really ready to play. All right, next up is Don Baylor with Rice still at first and 2 men out. .346 is a ground ball to Schofield, and he's going to fire it to Joyner, and that'll retire the Red Sox in the 4th. We go to the 5th, and Seaver will face the bottom of the order, Pettis, and then the top with Rupert Jones and then Bobby Grich. Pettis hit a double back in the second inning. Pitch to Gary is a 295. That's on the pitcher's card, and that's deep. He's a lefty. So we look at the ballpark card. We take Pettis' power, which is a 3, and we're going to add that to the 2 D10s. So we have 3 plus 7 is 10, plus 6 is 16, and it's to right field. And Gary Pettis has just left the building. 5-0 Angels on a home run by Gary Pettis. All right, Rupert Jones with nobody out. 110 puts us in that modifier section, so it turns into a 310, and a 310 for Jones is a strikeout. So Seaver gets the first out of the 5th after allowing the leadoff homer to Pettis. Grich, 220, is on the pitcher's card. That's a fly out under the righty, fly out to right field, so Evans makes that catch. And now it's Downing with 2 outs and nobody on. 189. A 189 is a bloop single on Seaver's card, so with 2 outs, Downing's aboard, and Joyner comes up. .444 is on the batter's card. That is a single to right field, and we have another symbol to look at. So the right field symbol here is R2 and a hash. So R2 means that if there's a runner on second and you get the hash sign, there's a speed check and the runner can advance. Okay, so he's going. He's going. But we don't have a runner on second, so Downing will stop. And now it's DeCinces, first and second, 2 outs. Seaver in trouble again. The pitch is a 196. And that's going to be a bloop. And a bloop double is right here. So with 2 outs, a bloop double becomes a long double, a double plus, and in a long double, all runners score, and that's going to do it for Seaver. As Johnny McNamara has seen enough, the 2-run double by DeCinces puts the Angels up 7-0, and so we're going to make a pitching change here and get Seaver out of there and bring in Sammy Stewart. And see if he can get him out of the 5th. Reggie comes to the plate. DeCinces on second. 2 men out. And here's the pitch. 172 is a walk. Reggie walks again. And now with 2 on and 2 out, it's Schofield. 408 is on the batter's card, and that's a walk. So Stewart comes in and promptly walks 2 men in a row. And now it's Boone with the bases dripping with Angels, but 2 outs. 174, and he just walked in a run. It's 8-0 California. And now Pettis. .222 is a walk, and I can't take any more of this. It's 9-0 Angels, so Stewart's gone. We'll put somebody else in. Where is he? Where is Steve Crawford? There he is. And now it's Rupert Jones against Steve Crawford. See if Steve can get the last out. 282, pitcher's card. And that's nothing but trouble. Deep to right. All right, so we're back to the ballpark card. Rupert Jones's power is a 6. So we're going to add that to the 2D10s. 11-20, and that's gone for Jones, and that's a grand slam home run. So the walks by Stewart all score. Crawford comes in and allows the granny. And just for fun, let's tally up the totals. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 runs in the inning, so it's 13-0. California. Gritch coming to the plate. 579 puts us as a left field error or defense check. And so that's Jim Rice. 79 on his card gives a single. So Gritch keeps the band playing, and now it's Downing against Crawford. 696, puts us on the ballpark card. 696 is a double, and so there's no symbols after the double, so that's a 2-base advance. So they'll stop Gritch at third, and now it's Joyner. And Wally with a 575, so we're back to a defense check. The 7 tells us it's Rice's card that we're looking at. And a 75 is an F7, and mercifully, this inning comes to an end. But the Angels crank out 9 runs in the 5th, so they take a 13-0 lead to the bottom of the 5th. Sutton, we'll go one more inning on this, and this will be our demo for today for season ticket baseball. We have done, we got to do a stolen base yet. We'll do a stolen base if we can get somebody on. 532 is a defense check for Joyner because of the 3. 32 for Joyner is a 3-6-3 double play, but we'll say Wally flips that one to Sutton for the out. Now Henderson. .502 is a defense check for Sorry, 502 gives us a rare play check. So we look at this chart. There's nobody on base. There's one out. So we're 502. We're on rare plays. And so we're going to re-roll on the rare play table. Same procedure as before. We'll take a look and see what happens to Dave Henderson. It's a 383 on the rare play table, which is right here. Batter is safe at second on a throwing error by the third baseman. Runners advance 2 bases. Now, the runner on first can try to score by challenging the batter's arm rating. Well, but there's nobody on first, so we'll do a 2-base error on DeCinces, which gets Dave Henderson to second base. All right, now it's Spike Owen facing Sutton with Henderson at second. 567, so it's a defense check for Schofield because of the 6. 67 is a base hit plus. And if we look at our chart on what the plus means, a base hit plus is an outfield single, runners on second and third score. So that brings home Henderson. And we're going to have Spike Owen try and steal a base. All right, so to steal a base in season ticket baseball, here's what you need to do. We look at our offensive strategies sheet. No, that's not what we want. We want here we go. Steal attempts. All right. So the first thing we're going to try and do is to establish a lead. So we have a steal rating for Spike Owen right here, which is a 3. And we have the pitcher's hold rating, which is a 4. All right. Now, the steal rating is a 3. We're going to roll the 2 D10s, and it has to come out to be greater than 10 plus the hold rating, which is 14. 10 plus the hold is 4, so that's 14. So these 2 D10s need to get us over greater than the hold rating. So it's steal, plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. That's less than the hold rating. Now, there's 2 options here. Because Spike Owen did not get a lead, we can still send him. And we're going to do that right now. If he does get a lead, you roll against the speed and the catcher's arm. Well, his speed is a 4. And Bob Boone's throwing arm is a 6. So 16 is what we're trying to beat. Speed is 4, plus these 3 have to eat better, a 6 equal to or better than a 16. 13, he was shot down if he would have had a lead. Now let's try him without a lead. It's going to be tougher to steal without the lead. We're still at a 16 for Boone, but now we're taking a speed of 4 plus 2 D10s and trying to beat 16. And that's a 15. That gives us 19. So this time, if he was stealing without the lead, he would actually be safe. So since he was stealing without the lead, we'll give him the stolen base. Down by 12 runs. That's quite a strategy, but we're just learning the game. So 1 out for Boggs with Owen at second. 235 is on the pitcher's card. That's a left-handed batter. We change this, we convert this to a 5, 9, and then the ones column is a 5. So it's a defensive check for the right fielder, who is Rupert Jones, and we're doing a 95. And that is an F9++. Well, what does that mean? Well, in that case, you come back to your chart here. Okay, so anytime you see a plus plus, that's a fly out, runner on, wait a minute. The F9++ turns it into a 2-base advance on the flyout. So in this case, if we look at Rupert Jones' card, F9++, they go 2 bases. So that scores Owen from second, and that'll bring up Marty Barrett with 2 outs and nobody aboard. .103. Okay, now we convert it again. So it becomes a .303, and a .303 is a ground out to shortstop. And that ends the 5th. So the Red Sox score their first run. They now trail 13-1 after 5 innings in this one. And that gives you a flavor of season ticket baseball. We've gone through the batter cards, the pitcher cards. There's a few pieces left that we haven't done a demo on. We can do that if you'd like. Please indicate that in the comments if you'd like me to do a longer or a more a demo that goes into more things than we did in this video. This is Season Ticket Baseball. There is a Facebook page for it, Season Ticket Baseball, and you can find it, download all of this stuff for free right now on that site, Season Ticket Baseball at Facebook, or you can go to sportsmogul.com and pick it up there. Thank you so much for joining me. My name's Kurt Berglund. I hope you have a good day. Please subscribe for more demos. So long, everybody.